Plate number 3. Fossils. Using the plate in front of you, you can find out more about long-extinct creatures. So-called fossils prove that these creatures actually existed tens of thousands, or even hundreds of millions, of years ago. Fossils can be the fossilized remains of a creature itself, or traces that the creature left in the rock. You will find the skeletons of 3 extinct animals. Next to each fossil you will find a small square with the number of the fossil written in Braille. In the bottom right-hand corner you will find a frame with a QR code. You can scan it with your mobile phone and listen to the descriptive text for this record whenever you like. Let's start with skeletal fossil number 1 on the left edge of the plate. It lies on a dark brown surface. It is shown from above, looking towards the top of the plate. Scan it. Certain animals were particularly well adapted to the Paleozoic era. They were invertebrate arthropods with a thick exoskeleton that surrounded the body like a protective armor. Instead of internal stabilization like our spine, the hard shells of invertebrates provided stability from the outside. This is why they are called exoskeletons. Exo always means outside. Without some kind of skeleton, an animal would collapse in on itself. Number 1 is a trilobite, an invertebrate. It belongs to the arthropod family, along with arachnids and insects. The trilobite is a marine animal. The tri in its name refers to its 3-part body structure. There are left, middle and right lobes lying side by side. At the top you can feel its oval head shield made up of 5 differently shaped segments. The eyes and 5 pairs of limbs are located on the skull. You can feel them as thin lines on either side of the skeleton. Trilobites have special head appendages, 2 long limb antennae. The animals used these to sense their surroundings. The thorax is made up of loose bones. Loose because they are not connected by a spine or anything like that. The remaining limbs can be felt in the middle of the torso. They were used for movement, but also for breathing. The so-called split legs were mainly used for walking. Some species had fan-like extensions on their split legs, allowing them to swim. At the bottom you can feel the trilobite's tail. It is made up of many segments joined together. Fossil skeleton number 2, on the dark brown surface, belongs to a very large animal. It is facing the left edge of the plate. Touch it. Mammoths were huge tusked herbivores. The last mammoth died about 4,000 years ago, but most of them died over 11,000 years ago. Why are they gone? Mammoths could not cope with the significant warming of the climate at that time. The vegetation also changed as the climate warmed, so that the plants that mammoths liked to eat could no longer grow. Mammoths were also increasingly hunted by humans. Male mammoths probably wandered alone. Females, however, stayed in groups, led by an older, more experienced female who knew the terrain. The mammoth fossils that have been found are mostly males. They slipped into the river, broke through the ice or slipped on stony ground. Conditions at such accident sites were often favorable. As a result, the bones and remains did not disintegrate but were preserved for a very long time. This is known as preservation, just like jam, which keeps fruit edible for a very long time. The discovery of a complete mammoth is a sensation. Only a few parts of most mammoths found have survived. Naturally, the things that rot the hardest and are most resistant to heat, cold and water preserve the longest. That is why teeth, tusks and bones are the most commonly found. In Europe, in Serbia, a 1,000,000-year-old, well-preserved fossil skeleton of a mammoth was discovered. The animal weighed about 10 tons when alive, making it as heavy as a truck and about as tall. Although researchers have never seen, weighed or measured the mammoth in real life, they can estimate its weight and size from its skeleton. Perhaps the long, thick, curved line on the left side of the fossil skeleton helped you to recognize the animal as a mammoth. This line represents one of the 2 long tusks. The tusks are attached to the head skeleton like human teeth are attached to the jawbone. Between the 2 tusks, the mammoth had a trunk, which is not shown here. The trunk has never been found because it was made of flesh and has long since decomposed. There are no bones in the trunk, neither in mammoths nor in elephants. This would also be highly impractical, as a trunk needs to be extremely flexible and supple in order to be able to bend towards the best food. Fossil impressions found at the site provide clues to the length and shape of a mammoth's trunk. On the right, the mammoth's head merges into a massive shoulder blade. Its front leg is attached to the shoulder blade at the bottom. Can you feel both? Further to the right is the rib cage, then the tail and, in front of the tail, a long hind leg. Go back to the tusk and compare the length of the tusk with the length of the body and tail. You will realize how enormously long the tusks were. Sometimes they were 4 meters long. So mammoths must have looked dangerous. But they were peaceful herbivores. They used their tusks to push away the snow when they went foraging. Thanks to skilled paleontologists, we can also admire the fossils of whole dinosaurs. Dinosaurs belong to the family of reptiles. They lived several 100 million years ago. Paleontologists have found the fossilized ribs and vertebrae of the largest living creature in Europe. The giant dinosaur must have been around 25 meters long and 12 meters high. If it were alive today, it could easily look into the window of a building on the 3rd floor. There are fossilized footprints of some dinosaurs. They are incredibly exciting. They tell us that dinosaurs had different numbers of toes. The largest footprint found in the world measures 1.7 meters. In Asia, not only have dinosaur bones been found, but also their nests with eggs. The eggs contained dinosaur embryos. Note, dinosaurs laid eggs and carefully protected them in nests so that little dinosaur babies could hatch. This would not be possible with mammoths, because mammoths are mammals and do not lay eggs. Touch fossil number 3 at the bottom of the plate. This fossilized skeleton is also placed on a brown background. It is facing the left edge of the plate and belongs to a dinosaur. Compare it with the mammoth skeleton. You will notice that this dinosaur had a much longer body, but no tusks. Start with the dinosaur head on the left. The head is small compared to the rest of the body. On the skull you can feel a row of sharp teeth and a large eye opening. Follow the line that emerges from the skull. It runs along the top of the relief and has protrusions of various sizes. Just below the skull you can feel its long, curved neck, which merges into the spine. The line continues to the end of the relief of this skeletal fossil and ends with a long tail. Now look for the first rounded part of the dark brown base at the bottom left. You will find its front leg just below the dinosaur's head. You can also recognize it by the 4 long fingers, or claws, at the bottom. Dinosaurs' front legs are relatively short compared to their hind legs. You will find the second of the 2 front legs in the rounded part of the dark brown area of the same shape, which is the third from the left. This leg has even more pronounced and longer claws. These were used to catch food. Now concentrate on the rounded part of the dark brown area at the bottom right. This is the lower part of its long hind leg. Follow the leg upwards where it bends at the joint. Then follow the next bone to the left to the next joint and then the next one up. There the leg is anchored to the spine. Now go back to the bottom left and feel the rounded part between the 2 front legs of the dinosaur. The dinosaurs probably became extinct on our planet 65 million years ago. At that time there were many volcanic eruptions and meteorite impacts. The dinosaurs just didn't stand a chance.